Hello students, I welcome you once again. In the last class I was teaching addition and today we will do few questions on addition, right? So before doing few questions, I'll quickly recap what I taught in the last class. I taught here we have rate 1, here we have rate 2, here we have mean rate, here we have W1 corresponding to rate 1 and here we have W2. So this mean rate divides this line segment in the ratio W2 is to W1. This was the basic thing that I taught in the last class. If you haven't watched the video, please go and watch it. There is a basic calculation involved and that's it. So please pause the video and try doing this question on yourself, because then only you will be able to appreciate the beauty that aggregation gives you, right? So the first question states that 50 kg rice worth rupees 76 per kg is mixed with x kg rice at rupees 64 per kg, so that the mixture cost becomes rupees 72 per kg, right? See, I drew a number line. You have to identify what are your rates and what are your weights. In the last class I told you that anything which can be written in the form of numerator by denominator, that is your rate, and your denominator represents the weight. For example, see this question. 50 kg rice worth rupees 76 per kg. Price per kg. Price per kg. Numerator upon denominator. So this is your rate. 76 per kg. And the weight corresponding to this is 50 kg. Is mixed with x kg of rice at 64 per kg and the cost of mixture is 72 per kg. That's it. Now, this difference is 4, this difference is 8, right? 76 minus 72 is 4, 72 minus 64 is 8. The ratio is 1 is to 2. Flip this ratio, 2 is to 1. So, what is this ratio 2 is to 1? This is the ratio of the two varieties of rice, the quantities of two varieties of rice. Okay, so 2 represents 50, so 1 will represent 25, right? So the value of x is 25. This is your answer, 25 kg. Okay, value of x is nothing, it is 25 kg. I hope you have understood it, right? Okay. Now I do the next question. Please pause the video. I repeat, please pause the video and do the question on yourself. The next question states that the average age of 115 students in a class is 16.8 years. If the average age of boys is 17.4 years and that of girls is 16.4, find the number of girls. Now see, let's draw a number line. The average age of boys is 17.4 and girls is 16.4. The overall average is given 16.8, right? This difference is 0.6, this difference is 0.4. The ratio is 3 is to 2. Flip this ratio is 2 is to 3. So what does this ratio represent? 2 is to 3. This represents the ratio of number of boys and that of number of girls. 2 is to 3 is my ratio of number of boys and number of girls. So, in the ratio scale, what will be that sum? That sum will be 5. And the sum is given 115. Right? So, my 5 represents 115. 5 should be multiplied by 23 to get 115. So, multiply 3 with 23 and 2 with 23. This is your 46, this is your 69. So this is your number of boys and this is your number of girls, right? Find the number of girls, so your answer is 69, right? Okay. I'll do a few more questions. I just dictate the questions, I will not write the questions on the board. I just put the data on the board. Please try to understand from that. The next question states that the next question, question number 3, the average income of 40 persons is 52,000. Okay, we have 40 persons with us. Their average income is rupees 52,000, and another set of 35 persons. their average income is rupees 40,000, right? I have to find the average income of the whole group. Hope the question is clear. I repeat the question. There are two sets of people. In one set there are 40 persons and their average income is 52,000, and the another set we have 35 persons whose average income is 40,000. I have to find the average income of the whole group. Right? Just see, I draw a number line. The average income of 40 persons, so I put 52,000 here. Here you have 40. Here you have 40,000. Here you have 35. You have to find the mean rate, right? You have to find the average income of whole group. That means you have to find the mean rate. See, take the ratio of the weights 7, 8. 8 is to 7, flip the ratio 7 is to 8. And why have I flipped the ratio? Please watch my last video to know about the same. I am not performing any magic out here. It's just a basic calculation involved, a basic theory involved, which I taught in the last class. Okay. Now 7 is to 8. This mean divides this line segment in the ratio 7 is to 8. This entire segment is 12,000. The difference, take the difference 40,000, 52,000. So the difference is 12,000. So if I have to find this length, this line segment, this value will be 7 by 15 multiplied by 12,000. And this length will be 8 by 15 into 12,000. You can get to the answer by calculating either of those. You don't necessarily need to calculate separately both of them. Okay, but since this is our first question, I'm finding out both of them, right? So this is your 5600. This is your 6400. So your mean will lie between 40,000 and 52,000. So what do? You either add 6,400 to this or you subtract 5,600 from this. You'll get the same answer. Okay. So I'm adding 6,400 to 40,000. So the answer will be 46,400. This is my average income for the whole group. Right? You could have also subtracted 5600 from 52,000. The answer would be same. Okay. One last question I am doing. Again, I am just writing out the data. Okay. Okay. Here also we have two sets of students. One is student who passed the exam, okay, passed students, and another set is failed students, right? So your question is average marks obtained by all the students, passed and failed combined, is 49.85. Average marks obtained by all the students, passed and failed combined, is 49.85. And the average marks obtained by passed students is 73.85 and average marks obtained by failed students is 28.85. Okay, now your question is what is the ratio between passed to failed students? Okay, I'm just writing it down what you are required to find it out. Number of passed students, number of students who passed, number of students, just excuse me the grammar part, number of students who passed upon number of students who failed. Okay? Okay. I hope you have understood the question, right? This is unknown, right? Draw a number line. The passed student average is 73.85, the failed student average is 28.85, and overall average is given as 49.85, right? Just find out the difference. Here you will get 24 and here you find out the difference. Here you will get 21. The ratio is 8 is to 7. Flip the ratio, 7 is to 8. Okay, so this is your answer. Number of students who passed to the number of students who failed. 7 by 8. I hope you have understood it. Today I have done 4 questions in the allegation. In the next class, I will do few more questions. Till then, bye bye.